Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to Room on Fire and the ESEA invite match between Fnatic and Virtus.pro. This time it's going to be on Inferno, and a big thanks to all of you for joining us. The schedule that we had planned has changed a little bit because we were going to start off our day with Virtus.pro and Hellraisers from yesterday in our Case King tournament, but everything got turned upside down, and now instead we're doing some ESEA matches, and then after this one we're going to go and see what actually happened between between Hellraisers and NIP yesterday, because it was played yesterday, but we have all the demo files, and we actually have no clue who won. We don't know the results, and we've intentionally done it that way because it would be pretty weird casting a game that you already knew the outcome of. That certainly would be very anticlimactic. So now we're just getting ready here. But before we actually do go all the way, guys, I promised you we'd give some stuff away, and one of the things we want to give away, thanks to CSGO Lounge, you saw the intro we just played there, it's one of these StatTrak AKs. So one lucky subscriber can win this, and I'm actually going to start the raffle now because the teams aren't even in place. But what do you say, Vendetta? I was actually surprised by how well Virtus.pro played that game, that last one.
I'm not actually that surprised. I think Cash is a good map for them and not so good map for NIP. I think that's more what it came down to than anything else. And yeah, I can't actually remember the last time I saw Nip win on Cash versus a team they weren't heavily favored against.
No, you're right. I mean, in my mind, the map wasn't going to make that big a difference. And to me, it also felt like NIP had been playing a lot better recently, especially with Get Right and Forest really stepping it up. But this map, it was actually Fiflaren who ended up top fracking on NIP side. And then Virtus.pro, to me, seems like they've been in a bit of a slump with the online games. I think I mentioned this as well. So I thought those two factors sort of combining could mean that NIP could do better. But, I mean, Virtus.pro just doing a fantastic job. So that's all it's down to. How many people are on the server? Still just 4. So, yeah. We're giving two of these away today, guys. We're just going to do one now, but we have another one here in the inventory. So we're going to give 2 away today. And we've been doing giveaways for subs pretty much every week. As, you know, sort of a plan to give something back, but also obviously a plan to lure more people into subscribing, because we're very clever like that. And the subscriber program is a really big reason why we can run the channel like we do, and we want to keep doing it. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why. So I'm gonna keep the raffle going for another 10 seconds or something. It should give enough time for people to do it, and then we'll do the next AK later on the evening. So if you don't win, you know, today or this time, stick around and you can still win later. So we're gonna do it now. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I'm going to close the raffle, and we'll see who the lucky winner is. Are we going to make a draw? We should make a draw. And type in the chat if I call out your name. So we have Domi or Doomy. D-O-M, and then a 3, but it's probably an E-Y. So, Domi, say something if you've won in the chat, and I'll try and spot your name real quick so I actually know you are a subscriber, because otherwise it can get a little bit tricky, and you never really know what's going to happen. I don't know. I think we haven't actually had any issues with Moobot yet. It's been pretty much on point with only, you know, selecting people that actually type in the chat, but you never want to be wrong about this stuff. That could be weird. There we go. He won it, and he types, "Oh my god," with an exclamation mark. So there's some joy to be said there. So congratulations. And remember, we're going to try and do this every week pretty much. So there should be more chances to win in the future as well. And again, a big thanks to I'm going to message you real quick, Domi, so that I can find you later, and I'll you know, find the details so you can actually get the item. But we'll sort that out afterwards. Big thanks to CSGO Lounge for giving us those items that we can give away. You know, we appreciate the support, we really do. And yeah, if you guys aren't, or if you're not already throwing your life away betting on the site, then you know it's worth checking out. There's only a small chance it'll ruin your life. Put it like that.
Only a slight one.
Yeah, I'm okay as long as I'm winning. Actually, I'm not. Yeah, I'm the dumbest person.
Yeah, you told me about that. You told me.
Yeah, I'm the dumbest person. When I lose on CSGO Lounge, I get you know, quietly upset. I don't go on forums or Facebook and rage about it. I just get angry. I'm like, oh, why did I bet on that match? I shouldn't have bet on it. I should have just skipped it. When I do win, I think, why didn't I go all in on this match? I only, you know, my return was much lower than it should have been. So win or lose, I still am never really pleased about what I'm doing. So why am I doing it? I don't know. I guess that's the really good sign of an addiction. Yeah.
Yeah. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, but I have made a rule on my own, which is that I don't actually bet on matches that I cast. I tried to do that in the past, and it worked all right for the first couple of matches, and then later on it didn't work so well, and I got really annoyed at the people that were playing and stuff. So now I just don't. I bet on every other match. Like tonight, I think I bet on LC playing against Mousesports.
Oh, you've actually bet on LT?
I have. I haven't bet like a huge amount, but I bet something. I think like 70-30 was a bit too much, although Mousesports are great online. But
I'm assuming you didn't catch the fact that they were playing with stand-ins again?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, they're playing with Korf, right?
Nope.
What?
Yeah.
Who are they playing with?
They're playing with Mach. So, well, I guess it's kind of an iteration of a old LC/H2K lineup, so it's not all that bad, but they've already played one map versus Mousesports, and they lost on Mirage. But
yeah,
then again, Mousesports are a pretty good team on Mirage, and they're playing Cash right now, and it's 4-4.
Oh, interesting. Well, I mean, I didn't go too much all in. I think I bet like 40 value or something on.
Alright, so you get a nice return if LT wins.
Something like that, right? I mean, I think that's what it's down to. I think my current inventory is more than 1,500 value or something, so I'm alright if I lose. It's gonna be fine.
I think my total value of my inventory is probably below 100. I think I'm kind of like Fetish in that regard. Only I don't delete my skins. I just don't get anything nice. Fetish just deletes everything he gets.
He does what?
Oh yeah, Fetish hates skins.
I'm gonna have to talk to Henrik and get him to just give them to me.
Yeah, just trade all of the cases and skins.
Yeah, the good news is, guys, the winnings from that I while I'm gambling my life away actually goes to subscriber giveaways anyway. So a lot of the stuff we're giving away is won on there. So there's like a reason to the madness at the end of the day. That's what it's down to.
I mean, you can always say that you're doing this for the subs, right?
Exactly. It's actually not an addiction or anything. It's I'm just trying to be kind like that. Alright, so Virtus Pro, pretty good on Cash. They beat NIP on it, and maybe NIP Cash isn't their best map. They did veto it out, as we were talking about when they were trying to ban and pick maps yesterday in the Case King tournament. Now we're going to be on Inferno, which is, in my opinion, a map that Fnatic is actually really good at. So even if Virtus Pro are on form, I think this is going to be a really tough challenge for them.
Yeah, well, as we... pretty much every time we see Inferno, we talk about the fact that, well, this is the most played map out of any competitive map in the scene, or in the map pool. So every team knows how to play Inferno. I don't think there's a single team that's actually bad on Inferno or opts to ban out Inferno whenever they go to tournaments. So
that's true.
It just kind of lends for a really good game, just in general.
It definitely does, and I mean, I think actually both these teams are interesting for separate reasons. Watching this map, I think Fnatic are fun because they generally play a pretty interesting terrorist side. And I would say Virtus Pro, especially if they get a good side on the CT side, they tend to be very aggressive. And that could be a lot of fun watching too, especially if it works out for them, because it's kind of overpowering sometimes. You get a feeling that you almost end up feeling a bit sorry for the terrorist side because they really deny a lot of map control. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually think, well, both teams are extremely fun to watch. If I had to pick between a Virtus Pro and a Fnatic game, I would probably pick a Fnatic game, though. Because, obviously, as good as the VP members are individually, to me, it's something weirdly satisfying about watching Flusha do Flusha things and Olaf Meister going crazy. And, at ESL 1, we had Crims as well, who stepped it up massively, and well, everyone played extremely well. We can't really forget Pronex or JW for that matter. So they just have a lot of exciting players to watch, I feel, and that's probably why I would go with them if I had to choose between one of the two teams to watch.
No, I definitely agree. I do think that Fnatic is a really great team. Actually, I mean, it's hard to say because I think sometimes Virtus Pro, especially on this map, I feel like I've seen them sometimes crumble a little bit too fast on the CT side, and I think they are going to start CT this time. I think if they lose the pistol round and they can't build up a strong economy early on, they tend to take a lot fewer risks, which means their play actually, weirdly, their play becomes more predictable, and they seem to lose even more because of it. And I guess that's just kind of like a downward spiral, and I think it goes the opposite way. If they win a lot early on, they take even more risks, and it becomes even harder for the enemy team to try and predict what they're doing, and it really goes their way. So I think we could be seeing a spiral going sort of one way or the other for Virtus.pro. I think Fnatic actually on this particular map are a little bit stronger in the sense that win or lose early on, they usually keep their heads in the game for quite a long time.
Actually, I was talking to Devil Walk at Gamescom, and he, obviously, having been a player and now being the coach, he was talking about how nervous he gets standing behind the current Fnatic team because they always get off to slow starts. Every single game at Gamescom, they started off being down 0-5 or something to that effect. And obviously that gets on your nerves, and, well, both it makes you frustrated and it also makes you super scared for your team. But apparently Fnatic are able to bounce back from it every time. Hell, they even got to the finals, so they definitely know what they're doing, and it seems like they're really good at keeping their composure even though they get off to a really rough start.
Yeah. And that's actually... I don't know.
That's a valuable,
it's
a valuable talent, I guess, to have, if you can call it a talent. But it's a valuable skill. It's
a skill or a resource or whatever you want to call it. That's really hard to acquire as well. I mean, if somebody in any esports actually could figure out a way to sort of mentally coach a team, I mean, I think this goes for whatever esports you like watching, Dota or League of Legends or whatever it is.
Yeah.
If you can teach a team to think like that or to have that kind of combined mentality, you're doing something right. I'm not sure if anyone is really... I mean, someone should do more research into this. You could win tournaments doing it.
Yeah. I wonder if that's kind of the role of a sports psychologist and things like football and that type of thing.
I mean, it probably is, right. We'll send someone on it. We'll put some skilled journalist on the topic. I'm sure we know a couple of them, Thorin and Richard Lewis and some other. We'll try and poke them. Look, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. This is Room on Fire, and we've got Virtus.pro versus Fnatic. With me is Vendetta, who might be leaving us later because he's going to have to help out the Norwegian national team in the ESEA Cup. But in the meantime, we have got this great game coming up. And later on, I think I might be joined by Nato, in fact, to cast the NIP and Hellraisers game from yesterday. So we have still more Counter-Strike coming up on the channel. Thank you for joining us, and now let's enjoy the show here as Fnatic pretty aggressively taking the apartments. And Virtus.pro actually... They give it up pretty easily, but they do damage before they're out of there, and their setup right now is absolutely great. 4 people at the A bomb site. Not sure I'm a big fan of Taz being this far back, but because he has a Molotov, he can actually make it work. So maybe all in all, right now, I think Virtus.pro have the strongest setup to deal with this, with what's happening here. Snax is going to be walking out, and Flashbang rains in. They're going to go for it. Fnatic, a lot of aggression here, but it's Snax picking up the opening kill. JW instantly returning. Snax with the second headshot. Can he go for a third? He will. Snax making it work. He's eventually going to get taken down, and this isn't over yet for Fnatic. It's still a 2-on-3 here. No bomb plant. It's inside the bomb site, but if they get this kill on Bialy, they can make it work. Backup is coming, and there it is. Now Taz is alone in a 1-on-2. Fnatic and Flusher and Olafmeister bringing it back at the moment. And Taz trying to rush in here, but this is a very tough 1-on-2. Doesn't have that many bullets, and hard for him to try and find any kills at all right now. He's going to go even more aggressive. He hasn't got a kit picked up at the moment. Faking it once, but are they going to buy it? He walks up here. Taz not doing enough damage, and he's going to go down. Olafmeister will pick up the double kill, and it is Fnatic to win it. What a great comeback in a round that seemed almost lost.
It seemed pretty desperate for Fnatic at a certain point there. When Snax picks up those 3 frags, obviously that's a huge boost for VP. But I actually think Olafmeister, when he dropped down into pit, managed to get a pretty early headshot onto Bialy, who was pretty much the only backup that Snax had for a while there. So with him headshotting Bialy, Bialy has to rotate all the way around towards quad from mid, and that kind of gave Fnatic the time to set up on site and do what they needed to do to defend the bomb.
And that was very important. I mean, we talked about how good Fnatic are at bringing it back from even having a slow start. Now they have a great start on their hands, and Virtus.pro have to try and avoid that ugly spiral that I was sort of alluding to earlier. I think it's way too early, sorry, to call it a spiral yet, but right now I think the Polish team need to try and see if they can bring it back quick. At least pick up 2 or 3 kills in this round, because they have invested in armor as well, and even better if they can win it. And that's definitely a thing that we've seen a couple of times on Inferno. And push is going to be... They're actually going to be wrapping around here. Neo, the first one to go down all the way up in the apartments. Now, 2 people inside here. Snags, C-set 75 in hand. Is going to pick up 1 kill, but he's very few bullets left, and he's going to go down. So maybe they were a little bit too far inside the bomb site here. They let Fnatic get very close. And by the time they were actually able to shoot, it's almost like it was a little bit too late. So what do you think? Do you like that position from Virtus.pro?
I think it's okay. With it being an eco, I think they have to place themselves in positions where they can actually utilize the pistols to the most of their advantage, right? I think it's just unfortunate, like Bialy got jumping headshotted by JW with him with the ZZ, so he wasn't allowed to do a lot at all that round. But yeah, sure, they could have potentially peeked aggressively or something like that, but it's no biggie.
Yeah, or just, I don't know. I feel like staying inside the bomb site like that is more effective if you have a guy that's in pit or up in graveyard to sort of distract everyone with.
Yeah.
I just feel like when everyone is inside too close, that could be a little bit of an issue. But yeah, I mean, maybe it's just down to details and I don't know.
Yeah, it was probably not the best idea to have two people in I guess, in the same area of the bomb site. I wouldn't be opposed to them, or I wouldn't be, negative for them, not towards them for having people on the bomb site, right? But
yeah, exactly.
Two people right next to each other with the thinnest wall separating them, not the best idea.
Oh, over at the B-bomb site, the two people who have armor and C sets are actually hiding, and I guess that's kind of a good idea. They leave 3 people at A who just have regular pistols, except for Snags, but and then they put the 2 armored CTs in the B-bomb site. So hoping that maybe Fnatic get a little bit impatient and just walk right in. And we've seen that happen before, but Fnatic, they're not an impatient team. In fact, they're doing a very fine job here, just walking as a group, which I really love, and then looking for Virtus.pro to make a mistake. Quick rotation coming in from the CT side. Look how many of them are already by the archway, but it doesn't matter. You can have as many people as you want when a grenade like that lands from Crims. It's going to be the death of Bialy, and now they're pushing in towards the bomb site again. Here's Snags. Can't find the kill. Pasha will, in fact, and it's looking all right for Virtus.pro in this round. They've done some decent damage. Pasha taking time to reload. He's still going to be going down, but look at the damage done here. 54 health on Flusher, 19 on Pronax, and 37 on Olaf Meister. This could have been a very good round from Virtus.pro. As it stands, it's still decent, but they could have actually maybe even won that round if they landed a few more bullets. So, bit of a scary situation for Fnatic, but they win it, and it's 3-0 in favor of the Swedish team.
Yeah, great start from Fnatic. I think Flusher getting those 2 kills from the 2 rotating players from VP pretty much settled everything. Because if he goes down, then that creates all kinds of chaos for the remaining Fnatic members. So far, so good.
Indeed. Flusher looking for a shot all the way over on Banana, and there are 3 people waiting here, and Pasha was one of them. He's going to go down immediately, and Flusher wants more. I'm not sure he realizes how many people are here, but right now they're not doing anything to stop him. They could try and flash their way out. JW also sneaking up. Snags is in the corner, and he should be spotted any second now. JW actually not checking, and Taz comes out. Actually, Snags will pick up that kill. Now they're going to try and double-team Flusher. Snags has to fall back. He's even being burned. He's flashing up behind him. He wants to buy time for backup to come. And I think he may have done just that, but he's very low on health. He's going to have to pick up at least a couple of kills. And in the meantime, Fnatic don't even really commit to it. They're really outplaying Virtus.pro right now here on just a basic positional level. Bialy could make the difference. He's going to pick up 1 kill, but Pronax actually runs and guns into the bomb site. And I think that's it. This 2-on-3 seems very unlikely for VP to try and win, and I'm not sure I'm a fan of Neo actually even being anywhere near here.
The only hope they have really is Neo picking up 2 frags within the next 5 seconds, and from the overview you can see that's not going to happen. The best thing VP can do at this point is just save their weapons, and well, they're not going to be able to buy up on the other members in the next round, but at least they might be able to position themselves well or get a stack going that could actually work for them.
Yeah, so really, I mean, this is a fantastic start. Now we're looking at 4-0 for Fnatic, and they won that round partly by having the opening frag over on Banana, which was great, but I think more than that was the mid-round call coming in from, I'm guessing, Pronax to say, all right, let's rotate back towards A instead. That was great.
Yeah. The opening frag, while it's very nice and all, it didn't do that much to VP's defense because they had already committed 3 people towards the B bomb site, so there was no rotation coming out of VP, so it didn't lessen the defense any more than it already was on A. The fact that Flusher picks up the second frag, though, that's probably the big key because that sets the rotation in motion from VP, and obviously a good in-game leader like Pronax recognizes that pretty quickly based on the information he's getting from Flusher, and he's able to work off of that. So that's just really nice play and good communication from the Fnatic team.
Yeah, and that's so valuable, especially I think on Inferno is one of the maps you can benefit the absolute most from forcing the CTs to run around like that. Pasha's picked up an AWP, and actually because they saved the 2 rifles, Virtus.pro, they have managed to make a buy here. And I think right about now is where the Polish team needs to start winning some rounds here. If they don't bring it back right here, I think that's when Fnatic sort of switch it into overdrive, and it's going to be very, very hard in the first half here for the Polish team. Pronax pushing up quite aggressively here, right into Pasha. Neo going to pick up a kill, and Bialy with a return as well. And Snags will take down Pronax. So this is the kind of defense that they need at Virtus.pro. Now they just have to stay alive with a lot of members here. And Olofmeister, man, he might be a bit of a hero, but 1 on 5 is still... That's asking a lot of him, and Neo will take him down. It's a double for Neo, double for Bialy. And a pretty solid defense from Virtus.pro. What went wrong that round from Fnatic? Because they've been looking good the past 4 rounds.
The big difference from what they did, at least when they went towards A in their anti-eco rounds, is the fact that in their anti-ecos, they smoked off Library and Connector. Or Archway towards Speedway, I guess, if whatever you want to call it, right? They smoked off those areas, and they didn't do that time, and they got severely punished for it. You see Pronax ending up in a bit of a no man's line in CT spawn, and just getting caught out.
Oh, it's a great combination from Virtus.pro over by Banana. They actually Molotov so that Flusher has to move forward, and as he does, there's a guy waiting for him with an AWP. Neo almost catching a kill. They're rushing up here, but they gotta be careful and check the bedroom because Bialy is waiting, and Neo's actually throwing a great grenade here. Bialy gets flashed, and Neo is actually gonna pick up a really quick double kill in return, so even though they take down Bialy in that bedroom, they will drop Neo as well, as he's got a grenade out, so maybe a little bit of a mistake coming out from Neo, but now they got 2 people in the pit, and for them to get out of this pit is going to be hugely difficult. Pasha. Good smoke to zone him out. Is it going to be enough? Snags is still very close here. I think he's got spotted as well, and Olofmeister will take him down. This is now spiraling out of control. Taz is going to be up from the apartments. Will take down Pronax, and now it's on Olofmeister. He's going to have to look for an ace here, and he might be able to do it. They're actually kind of low on health, at least Taz. It could quickly be a one-on-one here. Olofmeister. An ace would be disgusting at this point, but he's not going to get it happening. Pasha will take him down. Oh, I thought he could do that. If he had found Taz, that would have been doable.
Oh, absolutely. I actually thought he would wait on site for for Taz to come out of apartments, because he put down the smoke to negate the angles that Pasha could get without committing hard to the site. Unfortunately for him, Pasha had wrapped around towards quad, so didn't quite work out. And I actually think he had a good opportunity of actually killing Pasha as well.
Yeah, definitely did. Scary on for Virtus.pro. They were off to such a nice start, and they almost lost that situation. And Taz almost died coming out of the apartments as well. So a lot of things could have gone great for Fnatic. Now, they can't make a full buy this round, but they're going to force it anyway. 3 AKs and a couple of pistols. They want to see if they can bring Virtus.pro to an eco straight away. Molotov's out already. Grenade to follow. Great grenade work coming out here from Virtus.pro. Not doing nearly enough damage, actually. But the idea is there anyway. And now Fnatic are sort of stuck out on Banana. What are they going to do with it? Great grenade rain. Look at this. They're actually throwing grenades over the wall here. Right into Taz, and he's down to 4 points of health. That's just way too good. I think they must have spent, what, 3 grenades on that? But it's actually worth it, I think.
Oh, absolutely worth it. And you could tell that Taz was definitely not expecting it. He went down to 4 HP, and they was like, wait, what? What just happened to my health bar? He had no idea what was going on. And if Fnatic are able to zone out Pasha here with their smokes, then Taz is just easy bait.
Pronax actually wanted to throw one more grenade. If he had, that would have been great. Pasha has to pick up a quick kill, and Snacks will be there to help out, but still, they need more, and they're not going to get more. Pronax will take one down. Taz hiding in the corner with very, very low health, and he's getting spotted already. He's going to go down, and now it's a 3-on-3 retake situation for Virtus.pro here. Great work from Fnatic, and a really scary situation for the Polish team. If they lose this round, they actually can't buy it up. Flashbangs rain in. They know where Crims is. Can they actually take him down in that corner? He's kind of alone, but it doesn't matter. He's going to get the 1 kill in. Now it's a 2-on-2. Olofmeister from the background. Right now it's Snags with the triple, and he in turn is going to have to go for an ace to pick this up, but he won't. Olofmeister denies it, and it will be a 5th round for Fnatic, and that's just devastating for VP. And I mean, to me it felt like they didn't... I would have loved for them to actually rotate Taz out of that bomb site and put someone else in there.
Yeah, that would probably be the optimal solution, but I don't think they had the time or the willingness to do that, because it's a big risk of actually making that rotation. Because if they strike at a moment where Snacks is rotating over, regardless if it's the A or the B bomb site, then that leaves the defenses pretty weakened on VP's end.
What are they doing now? Crims in a good position, does spot the head of Bialy. and could have taken him down. That would have been a pretty crucial kill, because Virtus.pro actually forced it up in this round. I didn't think they had enough money for it. It means that they have very few grenades, so if Fnatic slow play this round, Virtus.pro is going to end up in a position where around 40 seconds or thereabouts, they're going to run out of smokes entirely, and that's a big problem. Neo pushing up very aggressively here, looking for a kill on someone who's not going to be in the right position, but Krim certainly is, and will take down the counter-terrorist. Now they're in an even worse position than they were before.
Absolutely, especially because the two members on both Bialy and Snacks, they have one flash. That's all they have to hold back the entire Fnatic team.
Yeah.
And actually, well, they have pretty decent positions for Crossfire if Fnatic actually opt to go towards quad, but it seems like we have two Fnatic members just walking around from Arch, and now they do the smoke offs, which they did in the anti-eco. So as long as they don't get caught up by Pasha, they should be alright.
Pasha does spot a couple of people jumping by, so he definitely knows that there. Snags is getting the information, so he's looking the other way. Can they make it work? Bialy is going to pick up one kill before he goes down. Bomb gets denied by Snags. That's a great little move there. And now there's only 10 seconds left. It's a 2-on-3. This can work out great. Snags, can he deny the bomb again? Not quite. Crims is going to put it down, and now it's a 2-on-2. Oh, Snags has done so much in the last couple of rounds, and I actually think he could have won that round just then if he had killed the bomb planter once more, but this 2-on-2 is now very tricky, and look at the positioning from Fnatic. They know that this is now very tough for Virtus.pro. They're going to peek out once here. Snags going for the one fake here. Up on the high ground, Taz goes down, and now Snags is going to fall next. A bit of a throwaway, I think, from Virtus.pro. Fantastic play from Fnatic, actually keeping their heads in the game when it was that 2-on-3, but I think Virtus.pro should have been able to do that a little bit better.
I actually think Virtus.pro did pretty well given the circumstances. If Fnatic gets the bomb down on the first try and Snags is not able to deny it, then I think Fnatic just wins outright because, well, they can get into afterblunt positions like they did eventually. But if it wasn't for Snags, you know, showing us some smoke vision, I guess,
yeah,
then VP would have lost just straight out.
Yeah, probably would have. I mean, you may be right in that. This time, Virtus.pro, they're on an eco, and they're trying to go pretty aggressively a couple of places on the map, but they're getting found almost immediately. Taz looking for a kill here. Not going to make it work. Bialy did get one in the middle, but it's actually not anywhere near enough right now. So we're looking at a 7-2 scoreline, and Virtus.pro, well, they will probably force it up next round. I imagine they will. But right now, Fnatic are just having their way on this first half.
Oh, they really are, and you have to highlight Olofmeister. He's kind of been the saving grace whenever Fnatic's been in a rough spot the last couple of rounds. He's gotten really big frags for them, and I think he's rocking he's hitting on 13-2 right now. So he's only died twice, and it seems like whenever Olofmeister dies, Fnatic loses a round.
Yeah, and that in itself is, you know, that's worrying, but at the same time, for Virtus.pro, it seems like whenever Snags die, or doesn't pick up a triple, that's when Virtus.pro lose the round. So it kind of balances out, and then the rest of Fnatic seem to be playing better than the rest of Virtus.pro at the moment.
Fnatic are really good at finding openings, though. That they've been doing a really good job of that so far, and they're not pressing the issue anywhere, really. I think the one round they might have done it was the one round they went towards Arch without smoking off. Yeah. And they got punished for it, and after that we've seen them just playing it cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah, they adjust really quickly, and now they're going to go for a push here towards the bomb site. Pretty standard. Smoke's going up towards, actually the front of the bomb site here, which is interesting. Wondering if they're going to try and plant, but inside the bomb site, Pasha goes down, only getting one kill here. Taz trying to return. He's going to pick up one. He's got to do more. Almost picks up a second. It's so close. And right now, that's a very narrow margin. If Taz picks up that double, all of a sudden, it's a much easier retake for Virtus.pro. Now, instead, they do have a 3-on-3, even with Olofmeister low. This is far from done, and Pronak's playing very aggressively, moving up here. Is he going to catch them with just grenades out? Almost flashbang as well, but Pronak's still just keeping them back, and Virtus.pro spending a lot of time just shuffling about. They don't have a kit picked up right now. Bialy will pick up the one headshot here. Smoke is up, but Pronax comes in with the spray. Almost takes down a player. It's a 2-on-3 here. That bomb is ticking away. They have to move much quicker than they are right now, and Olofmeister comes in with a great double spray. Bialy has to make a run for it. No chance at all. And Fnatic are going to make it 8-2. Just working out great for the Swedes right now.
Yeah, again, Olofmeister saving their bacon. He was spraying at the wrong spot for the longest time until that VP member got in the way in front of him, which made him kind of change his direction, and he actually picked up the diffuser as well. That was pretty crazy. And VP are really close to actually getting rounds now. It's just that tiny margin that goes in the favor of Fnatic every round.
Yeah, but right now it's essentially winning them the game. I mean, it's really hard to deal with Olofmeister having 16-0-2 as a scoreline when you're 10 rounds into the game and just starting on the 11th. At that point, it's, you know, the game becomes, can we somehow kill Olofmeister and then have a fair fight on our hands, maybe?
Yeah, well, I guess the kind of, well, they probably don't have the mindset, but it has to be a good feeling for them whenever they can take down Olofmeister, because like, oh, we killed the one guy who's killing all of us. That, you know, leaves us in a pretty good position.
It certainly does. And this time it's mostly an eco. Bialy saved the rifle last time, so he's going to be walking around with that here in the A-bomb site. And yeah, it's a pretty tough call, of course, if he can win this round. And actually, I think at this point, Virtus.pro need a round like that, where Bialy steps it up and they actually win this round and somehow come back and make it 7-8. If they do something like that, there's probably still a chance they can bring it back in the game. But right now, otherwise, we're looking at something that could be, you know, even like an 11-4 scoreline in favor of Fnatic. And although we have seen comebacks on the terror side from that kind of scoreline, it's pretty unlikely.
It's not something you see every day. And I think Fnatic are a well-versed team on Inferno, or well-versed enough to not let that happen to them on their CT side.
Well, C-sets in hand. Actually, Taz going to pick up an AK and does tail another person here. Pasha almost takes down JW. Again, these very, very narrow margins. And it just works out for Fnatic. Great shot from Snags. And they're going to run through the smoke, try and catch him here. Bialy should realize this. Snag must have communicated that. So this time, let's see if Olof can do it again and put himself at 18 kills. He's in a 1-on-2, and they are very close. Although, without any grenades, they do have the defuse kit, and they're both going to come in from the main entrance here. So Olofmeister up on the coils, wondering if he's going to get sandwiched in, and they're spending a lot of time doing this. Bialy going to push in alone and actually just instantly caps Olofmeister. So that's interesting, and we'll get the defuse. Not sure. What was Virtus.pro doing at the end? I would have thought they would have at least pushed together.
I would have thought so too. If Bialy goes down there, then Olofmeister is a pretty easy task to take down Snags without armor and just a pistol.
Yeah.
Or what should be a pretty easy task, but I guess if Bialy felt as confident as it did as... Well, yeah, then you can't really fault him for it. But that, yeah, you should definitely go in both guys together.
It felt like it, right? So, a chance, a slight opening, the tiniest of openings here for Virtus.pro to somehow bring it back in the game. They need to win, essentially, the next 4 rounds in a row and make the scoreline 7-8. Then they need a lot more still on the second half, and it's a decent start picking off Flusher. But the raid boss that is Olofmeister is still alive and roaming around the map somewhere. They're going to need something to get rid of him.
Oh yeah, I like what BP are doing right now. After getting the entry frag, they push pretty aggressively down into Banana, so Taz has a lot of intel as to where Fnatic are setting up, really, to go, and you can see that the rotations are starting to happen. You can see Pasha moving in towards Art.
My god, Olofmeister just completely fearless, pushing in and actually getting that headshot. Pasha almost line up for him, but now it's a big problem. It's a 3-on-4 instead of having them an advantage. Now they're a man down, Virtus.pro, and if they lose this round, they're going to be so screwed. Crims will pick up a kill, and down to the pit. Bialy is having a fight with Olofmeister himself, and they're just all converging on him. He's going to pick up the 1 kill, and it is nowhere near enough. Taz can't even get in to help out here because of the smoke. He's going to try and run through, but he's in a 1-on-3 with the bomb going down right about now. And I don't know. It's pretty devastating. It was looking so good for Virtus.pro early in this round, but now they just can't make it work. And it's going to be JW to pick up the last kill, 9-3.
That was just excellent execution by Fnatic. And a lot of it starts, obviously, with Olofmeister getting that frag from Apps, because that forces a rotation for VP. They have to look around and have someone else covering Apps, because you don't want to let Olofmeister run around freely. And that sets up everything for JW and, well, everyone else on the Fnatic team to get into good positions, and that's how they pick off Pasha.
9-3.
What's worse with all of that, not only do they lose the round, but now they're back to square one in terms of money.
Yep, they really are now. They're essentially fighting for a 10-5 scoreline, unless, of course, they can pick up another round here. That long-range shot from Bialy with the CSAD 75 is a pretty decent start. And, you know, one more kill going in the direction of them like this that's what they need at this point. Neo pushing up pretty aggressively, a fantastic grenade on Bialy, and Olofmeister is aware that something might be coming, but he's not quick enough here. Neo will take him down, so now it's getting interesting. Snags is running in and does have a pistol out. Gonna with the deagle, pick up one kill, goes for a second one, and can't quite pick it up, but he may have done enough anyway. Pasha is gonna pick another kill, and Flusher will be alone. And he doesn't have a free entry into the B bomb site because Taz is here. This could be a big round from Virtus Pro. Flusher rushing in, and Taz with an easy kill. So they save 3 AKs. They win the round and have a chance of making it 9-6 instead of 10-5.
That's definitely what VP needed at this point. Pick up some free weapons as well, so even if they lose this round, they're still going to be able to equip themselves for the final round of the half. That's always a nice nice thing to fall back on. And you can see Fnatic, they got pretty shattered, actually economically speaking. JW buying up an AK to just even out the economy, but they have to eco now, and this is VP's way to get back into this.
Pick up 2 rounds in a row. Get into the second half and win the pistol there. Oh, Bayali with the grenade out. A big misstep. He must have heard them running. Flusher's going to pick up a kill. And Virtus Pro flushing, I think, the whole game down the toilet this round. I think that...
barring Neo doing something insane right now.
All right, he's going to pick up JW and goes for more spray here. It's actually going to pick up a really quick double kill. But it is still lost. I think mentally that's where you just sort of shrug and say, okay... that, you know, that should have happened.
Yeah, and all of that starts because Viali has the misfortune of pulling up a nade. And I think, yeah, he heard them, but he kind of misinterpreted how close they would be. And that's what it came down to in the end. And that, yeah, that's just really unfortunate if you're VP. And you can bet that Viali is kind of just sitting there face bombing.
Yeah, because that, I mean, if he had the rifle out, that would have been such an easy double kill for him, or at least just trading at that point. Taz is going to be found as well. I don't think he can do anything to survive, and Olofmeister will pick up another triple, making it 20-0 4 for himself. He's got no assists. Everyone he points his gun at is going to die. No one's going to help him out with anything like that. 10-4 first half, and Virtus Pro obviously forcing up in the last round whatever they can, but I think that's where it sort of all crumbles. It's really hard mentally to get back from a round like that. You know, you're so... You know, they were even, like, super hype, but they really felt pretty good about winning that one eco round that they got. And then...
They get ecoed back.
And then they get ecoed back. And not even, like, just in a really stupid way, in fact.
Oh, yeah. It's just one slip-up. And that... As you said, it's the spiral, right? That one little misstep spirals everything out of control for VP.
Yeah. I really think it does. Absolute best case scenario is 10-5, and even then, it's going to be such a tough task on the second half. Flusher, a fantastic opening kill over by the bomb site. Neo will pick off one, and actually Neo seems to be stepping up his play right about now, getting a bunch of kills in here. Taz is going to take down Flusher, but right through the smoke, JW comes leaping through, C-Set75 in hand, and he's ready for Snags, who comes in here. Snags, what are you doing? Either take the fight or run away, but don't do anything in between there. And he's going to be running closer. He has the shotgun in hand, and Pronax is going to come in here. But the bomb, is he going to go down? It's now a 2-on-2. Pronax with a great double kill. And now Bayali in a 1-on-2. And this one is going to be pretty important. He sort of failed the last round. Maybe he can make up for it this time. But they're in great positions to deal with him. They have a really nasty crossfire setup.
Basically, Pronax doesn't have to do anything until JW has fired a shot. Which is a good thing, because Pronax down to 6 HP.
Yeah. Bayali walks in, doesn't get killed immediately, but then Pronax still waiting. Fake comes out one. JW is dropping low on health, and Bayali's going to try and see if he can catch him. We'll pick up the one kill here, but Pronax, the positioning is just way too strong. And even if you missed that kill, it would have still been around. So great work from Fnatic. 11-4 in their favor on the less favored side. And I'm briefly disconnected.
There's the ESEA go-to we know and love.
We're going to connect right back in, guys. Don't worry about it. But that's a pretty stunning result for a first half here. There's no way around it.
And Fnatic did so much right. It seems like you're a broken record when you speak of teams doing the right things on the T side, but they're so good at just playing it safely. Like, they're not taking big chances. And they're actually able to get entry frags a lot more than most teams we see on the T side, and I think that's a lot of the reason behind their success. You can see Flusher there getting that entry frag on Pasha and Banana, and it also tags up Taz pretty nicely, so it's a pretty easy return kill for JW when he pops up. That type of thing is just so valuable for a T-sided team.
I don't know what kind of order of magnitude we're talking about. If Virtus.pro are going to be able to make this comeback, it's going to be a bunch of crazy rounds. And Virtus.pro basically have to force Fnatic into a similar spiral where they sort of mentally surrender before anything else. And it's going to be such a long time before that happens. And if Fnatic win the pistol round, obviously, that's just going to be straight it. That will be Fnatic winning quite convincingly as well. VP now on the terror side. Big welcome to the show if you're just joining us. This is the ESEA Invite League, and you're at Room on Fire. I'm Anders, and with me is Vendetta, and Semler, unfortunately, is missing tonight, but he'll be back soon enough, don't worry. Smoke is going to go off here, and VP want to see if they can Glock train their way into the B bomb site, which is not a bad idea, especially with Neo and Taz leading the charge and getting the opening picks like that. Flusher's going to go down, so a pretty good start. And unless, I mean, if VP throw this round, I think it's a clear sign that they may have been not on their A game today. Fnatic goes down. JW actually gets a kill on Taz, who walks into the rain of bullets coming his way. But that's it. Virtus.pro definitely win the round, and it's a small step in the right direction.
It's a small step in the right direction, absolutely. And I think at this point, JW just wants to save, because he still has 100 Kevlar, because the only damage he's taken is one headshot. So if he's able to buy up, he can get a pretty cheap head Kevlar as well for the next round, but Neo's going to deny him that.
Neo says no, sir, not going to be able to save that. So remember, guys, to click the follow button on the channel if you haven't already. We're inching our way closer to 200,000 followers, and it helps us out a lot when we're trying to promote the streams to various partners out around the world. And we obviously want to see if we can grow Counter-Strike as much as we want. We also have a giveaway later, in case I didn't say, of this StatTrack AK for our subscriber team. So just reminding you guys, that's still coming up. So stick around if you're a subscriber and you haven't won anything yet. Maybe you have a chance to do it today. 11-5, and we're moving into the second round of the second half here. It's a best-of-1 game. Virtus.pro really aggressive out on Banana, which is actually a huge risk, but I guess not so much when you have Neo and Taz, again, just brute-forcing their way through. But I actually think, I mean, imagine if Fnatic had done a stack up there, which they actually had 3 people, but if they had the fortune to pick up the first kill, that could have been scary. Good shot from JW.
Could have been really scary. They're actually in danger of losing quite a bit of quite a bit of guns. Fletcher there with a parting shot onto Taz. And, well, Neo's going to finish him off, but Fnatic are doing great damage here to the VP team.
They really are. JW could even pick up a second kill right here. I mean, they can't win the round any longer, and JW is also weirdly sandwiched in. And do we have a bit of a break going on? I think there is some sort of pause.
Might be a pause, yeah.
Fair enough. That'll get sorted out. But you're right. That's going from Virtus.pro, okay, they lost the one guy to JW in the middle, but that could have probably stayed at that if they had played it safer.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like the fact that VP are actually taking it to the B-bomb site, because during Gamescom, every site that Krems and Olofmeister basically held was an impenetrable fortress for the Swedish team. So VP are definitely confident in their B takes, and that's a good thing going into their T side, or as the T side progresses.
I mean, say they win the 4th round as well, right? This is very likely going to be 6 and maybe even 7-11 before Fnatic can start buying. If Virtus.pro win the 4th round, we could be looking at something that's more like 9-11. And
yeah,
even
that's
then,
very likely.
I mean, even then, there's a lot of ifs and a lot of things they have to get through. But even if they make it to 9-11, Fnatic still have a pretty big upper hand, I would say. This is going to be just such a tough match for Virtus.pro. I'd be very stunned if they could actually make it back from here. But of course it's possible. Of course it's possible.
Yeah, it's an uphill battle, no doubt, and it's going to be that for the entire half. But if there is a team that's capable of doing it, it would be Virtus.pro, right?
It's true. They do have an eerie talent for bringing their way back. It was a brief unpause, and then we're right back into the pause again. So I apologize for that.
I would assume that's simply to get the player in on the server, because if they use the server command pause and not the one that just freezes you, then you have to quickly unpause and pause again for a guy to fully connect to the server.
Exactly, that's what it is. So it's not like they've just lost their minds. JW is pushing up here, and he's going to fall back. He picks up an AK, but he's going to get backstabbed by Bayali, and should be able to pick up the kill here. Bayali, he will. And don't think he can actually trade the AK quick enough. No, he's not going to pick it up. But next round still going to be an eco for Fnatic. So yeah, 11-7 is at least on the board. At least there's that going on. Maybe they can work with it.
Well, 11-7 is definitely in the horizon for them at this point. They still have to win versus the Seco. Fnatic they'll only have one CZ.
Yeah, as sort of the indication, or sort of you know, to try and judge how hard it is to win an eco, how many CZs are on the other hand, or on the other side. That seems to be a fair indication.
They do have a stack, though, going towards the B-bomb site. So if VP aren't too careful about clearing things out, if they don't smoke off too well or flash properly, then they could get picked off. And speaking of getting picked off, JW starts off with a great entry frag onto Snacks and actually picks up a Galil.
Yeah, that CZ was exactly in the right place. Now they're going over towards the B-bomb site where the stack is instead. This could be horrible for Virtus Pro. Olofmeister coming in, getting a few shots, but he's going to get an AK bullet to the face, and generally speaking, that's going to end your day really quickly. JW, Pronex, and Flusher are left, and the bomb is going to go down here, but a great shot from JW. Look how aggressive Fnatic are. They are still feeling very confident. Even losing the pistol round hasn't actually deterred them all that much. Flusher is going to be alone, but some damage has already been done to Virtus Pro's economy, and Fnatic just once again showing they're definitely a dangerous team. 11-7 is the scoreline, and we'll have to see if it's all over, or... I mean, I think this round is maybe going to be the big indication, isn't it?
Yeah, this is probably the round where Virtus Pro have to win really to stay in it. Because I think if Fnatic wins, I think Virtus Pro are going to be able to buy up after this one more round, so it's not all but over. But if Fnatic are able to break Virtus Pro's economy at this point in the game, they're going to get too big of a lead really for VP to come back into it.
Yeah, Terra's side economy is not exactly looking fantastic at the moment. I mean, they can buy in the next round if they lose it, except for Snacks, maybe, but the rest are probably still going to force it up, even if he can't. Well, pretty aggressive setup early on towards the B-bomb side in case there was going to be any kind of rush going on, and you can't really blame Fnatic for thinking that, because actually that's something Virtus Pro has already done in this second half. Now, as they use the smokes, and this is interesting, every time a player uses a smoke, he seems to fall further back. That leaves Crims right now, so I'm wondering if Olof is going to stick around, or if they're eventually going to put 4 people in the bomb side. In the A-bomb side, that is.
I wouldn't be too surprised if they have Olofmeister rotate over, because everyone in Fnatic was basically hailing Crims for his ability to hold bomb sites alone late into rounds. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case, if they get a punch that VP might be going towards the bomb site.
Oh, great opening here. Snacks goes down, and he was going to be the guy convincing Fnatic that maybe an A push was coming. Now instead, Fnatic are quite sure it's going to be a B push. There's only 30 seconds left, and they already have 3 people, basically, and another guy backstabbing. This round is almost over. I don't think Virtus Pro just don't realize it yet, but they are going to get completely wrecked here. JW coming up from behind with a quick double, and Taz, the only man standing, will go down after picking up a single kill. So... I mean, again, it's the mid-round calling coming out. I think the second they kill Snacks, instantly Fnatic, someone on Fnatic knew exactly what VP were doing.
Flusha actually started the rotation before Snacks poked out.
Really?
That's the crazy thing. So they were already aware that this was going to be a B push way before Snacks actually tried to sell the A fake. I'm not sure how they caught on to that, but, you know, playing the same teams over and over again probably gives you a pretty good idea of how they play. And you kind of get the feel for it. But that was just picture-perfect play from Fnatic.
Yeah, it really was a round worthy of analysis. And, I'm absolutely loving it. Virtus Pro, they have forced it up, just like we kind of predicted, even though Snacks couldn't buy. But Pasha's going to go down over by Banana, and they're going to smoke off to make sure that nobody follows him. Snacks, I think he looked like he really wanted to go and pick up an AK, but right now, this is do or die time. If they lose this round, Virtus Pro, they're going to be ecoing, and even after that eco, they're still not going to be able to buy all that much, so this is going to put Fnatic very, very close to a victory if they can just win it. Pronax will take down Taz, and now it's a 3-on-5 here. Flusher in the middle, exceptional spray. Takes down Neo and Snacks, and leaving Bayali completely alone. It goes down to Pronax, so not even a contest at this point. Fnatic just cleaning up VP.
Not a single loss on the Fnatic side either, so going up against what's going to be most likely a clean eco from VP and another easy pickup round for Fnatic, they're going to go into 14 rounds with a bunch of money. This is going to be so tough for Virtus Pro to actually come back from. I actually don't think it's possible at this point.
No, I agree. I think it's a little bit too far gone. The Swedes are looking powerful. I mean, Virtus Pro, they beat one Swedish team today. Picking up a second one, maybe too much of a tough task here. And it's, again, no big surprise. And look at what Fnatic are doing. They have no mercy at this point. They just want to make sure that Virtus Pro don't just lose, but that they also go out of this game realizing that Fnatic certainly have their number on this particular map. Crims almost caught with the grenade out, but he does pull out the rifle just in time. for the absolute slaughter that is to come. Olofmeister, a true buddy, is going to save him, at least for a moment. Bialy does pick up some good kills, which is nice, but it's nowhere near enough to win the round. He doesn't even have the bomb, and it's actually inside the bomb side. And as he pushes out, does pick up the kill on Pronax. And it was looking good, but again, not good enough. It's 14-7, and VP can buy... Right now, they need to win, how many, 9 rounds in a row to win the game. If they win 8 in a row, they can force overtime. But anything less than that, it's pretty going to be Fnatic taking it really quickly.
Yeah, well, yeah. One more round loss at this point for VP means eco and certain death, I think. That's just really how it goes. And Olofmeister's picked up an op for the first time in this game.
Yeah, which is great because as well as being, one of the sickest riflers in Europe, he also just happens to be pretty good with the AWP. He does actually miss the shot, so I'm sorry if I cursed him there, Olofmeister. I didn't mean to. But yeah, he's damn good at that. Great flashbang from Pronax. Absolute perfection, and he's going to pick up a quick double. They lose the round anyway, but... Oh, I wish we had instant slow motion to go back and look at that. He actually threw the flashbang on top of this little archway door right here, and it bounces up, and it doesn't flash him. He can run underneath it. That is very, very nice detail. But Virtus.pro do win the round, and Fnatic have to spend some of all that money on buying again.
Yeah. And I think Pasha being able to actually withstand the push down banana coming from Fnatic there did a lot for them. He picked up 2 kills. Otherwise, that could have turned really ugly for VP because they were caught in a trap more or less, and they had taken a lot of damage from Pronax, and I think it was Flusha who was in Boiler.
Yeah. It was, I think.
Yeah, but definitely a must-win round for VP, and they get it. So now they have the opportunity to actually build off of this. But I do like Fnatic's setup, though, in Banana. I think it's semi-aggressively, but they're not committing too hard to the point where they can't actually get back into the bomb site without... Well, they can't get back into the bomb site without getting picked off, so yeah. I like that.
No, I agree, definitely. JW also pretty aggressive over here, but again, without risking way too much. He takes down Snags, who's been one of the top performers here. Well, not so much in the second half, maybe in the first half. He's doing really well for himself. So still a pretty good kill coming in. Flusher right on the angle is going to spot out Neo and will instantly headshot him. So any hope that VP had of maybe having a good start to this round is already gone. Pronax is going to be walking out here and will take the kill, leaving but just Bialy alone. Fnatic are just... They're moving everywhere, and as soon as VP stands still for more than 10 or 15 seconds, they start to lose a lot of map control, and that's bad enough, but it's even worse because they don't know that they're losing it.
Yeah, and one of the really good things, or one of the things that Fnatic are great at is actually playing with each other as a duo. As you can see, Pronax there, putting flashes into apartments for JW so he can safely peek. That type of thing. It's all those small things that make a huge difference, really, if you're Fnatic, because they're able to have somewhat aggressive peaks and still be pretty safe and have the opportunity to fall back. The only reason JW died is because he actually went in on his own flash instead of having a pop flash from Pronax into apps. So they do a really good job of actually playing together and putting themselves and their teammates into excellent positions.
And that kind of play has actually put them at match and map point here in the 9th round of the second half. Grenade to start off with here. Of course, Virtus.pro forced it up, but that grenade actually did a pretty sick amount of damage already to 3 of the VP players.
That was a money ball for sure. Seems like VP are just content of just walking up into mid.
Oh, interesting. Snags actually will pick up the first kill, and Flusher does go down. Is it going to be extended a little bit longer? Olofmeister is going to run out behind his own flashbang here and does pick up the kill, but is immediately backstabbed by Snags. So Crims and JW actually don't think they should try and go for this. Even though they are so close to winning this game, I don't think it's worth throwing away rifles that they might need later.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
I mean, right now they have another 6 rounds to try and win it. But, you know, you don't want half of those to be eco rounds, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And they know that they're in a pretty awful situation now. So even if they opt to not buy up in the next round, they can still get into a better position with those 2 weapons than what they currently have. If JW is able to keep on to that AWP, he can go for a quick peek into mid and maybe pick someone off or go aggressively banana. So just getting an entry frag with one of these could be a huge deal for Fnatic.
And actually, Neo doing a fine job here taking down Crims, which is great news because right now Virtus.pro don't need to save rifles that much. So the fact that they risked their own rifles going to hunt is not really a big deal. I think that was a good move. Now they only save the one AWP.
Yeah, it's for VP it doesn't matter because if they lose a round, the game is over. So as long as they have enough money for one of their members to drop off, then that's perfectly fine. It's more damage to the Fnatic team than it is to VP at any given point from this point on.
Yeah. That's what it's down to. And look at JW. Kind of a classic JW move here. Aggressive in the apartments, and even though VP obviously know it, it's still sort of hard to predict sometimes. They're going to try and double team him, and they don't quite catch him. Pronax here on the crossfire, and it's going to work out pretty well. JW with the kill as well. He's trying to run back. Should have probably stood his ground then. And instead, they do sort of lose control of the A-bomb site, but Flusha wants to get in here and see if he can hold on to it. Snags very low on health. Neo going to rush in. Flusha much too strong at the moment, and Snags is going to be the only one left here. 1 on 3, and Fnatic should be able to clear the game right here. He will, in fact. Flusha ends up with a double kill, and that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. 16 rounds for Fnatic. Well played on their part.
Very well played. It was an impressive display, and that bodes well for them because they are playing in the Star Ladder Finals this weekend.
Yeah, they are, which, by the way, we will be covering on this channel. That's Saturday and Sunday, and we're going to be on that. Now, Vendetta, am I right in saying you have to go as well now?
I might have to go. I'm going to try to do my best to stick around. I'll give you notice as quickly as possible.
All right, so we might actually have to. I think we're going to invite Natu anyway. So I don't know. Can you give Natu the details for this mumble? Do you have him on Friends somewhere?
Yeah.